I guess we're here. It doesn't look like my mic is working. My this one here at least. So I'll be using you know, like a USB mic, which is actually part of my webcam. But I hope that it's loud enough. And if it's not, then what I can do is obviously just add a little gain type filter on it and kind of put it all the way up to about here. So hopefully this should be much louder. I'm gonna put it here. Alright, can you guys hear me? Is it okay now? Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to fix that. It's becoming so weird, but it'll be okay. Um, temporary fixed it. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I'm using this mic from like God knows. It's an old it's nothing fancy. It's literally just bloody hell, I look ridiculous. Yeah. Um let's see. Da, 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 da. The queue. We'll have to take a look at that. I have to open up that form. Song submissions. But yeah, yeah, Vichy is very tired. I wanted to make sure. Yeah, we still accept skips. Yeah, we still doing skips, yo. Um, da, 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 da. Okay, let's see. Submit. Yeah, nice. I'm glad you guys are doing submissions now. Um, Definitely do that. Um, all right. So, fellas, let's take a look at the songs. Let's look at them songs, yo. Okay, first up we got Hyde. Hyde has done a little Q skip, so I think that's pretty wonderful. Oh, that's you, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, let's take a look. I'm gonna open this. I'm just gonna download this real quick. Oh my, this is gonna keep going out of focus, isn't it? Every time. Wait, bruh. Oh my god. No. What the frick? Are you guys hearing? Check. How on earth did that start? Hold on.
How on earth did that start working all of a sudden? I don't want that. Alright, guess everything's working. And I have no clue why the heck that started working. I literally touched my little light, like the little switch, right? I wonder if it can come into frame. It's like this little, it's a little light for my ring light. It's a little switch. As soon as I touched that, check, check, check. Okay. Check, 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 check. Yeah. Check. Yeah. All right. This is really weird. Yeah. The thing has something to do with that switch. I. Oh man. I swear, like sometimes the most weirdest tech in your room can make things work and not work. Um, I genuinely don't get it. It's not something I could comprehend. And the weird thing is, this mic is not connected to the same outlet even to this light. This light is connected through a USB of a different outlet. So, guys, just whatever. All right, so let's take a look. The first submission was a skip. It's Familia, Minority. All right. Let's see what we were told about this track, and let's move forward from there. It says, haven't done any mixing, save for leveling and designing the sound of the amps for the guitar. So they've, like kept a lot of headroom, I'm assuming, for it so that they could do a little bit of like saturation, sound, for like the amps and things like that. All right. Let's take a listen, huh? I'll have to put on my headphones. Okay. Do I look okay? I have no clue. All right. So this is Hide. They haven't really sent any socials, but let's take a listen to what the heck's going on, huh? Jesus Christ, I swear down. All right. Let's take a peek. I think that was pretty sick, but I tell you what you could do. Wait, am I hearing? Oh, that was the room tone from this. I thought there was something wrong with my mic again, or my monitoring. This is just room tone, isn't it? I think you've kept it underneath. Assuming that's for some reason. We'll come to that. So I think that what you have over here is you're going for something really, I mean, it sounds like it's supposed to be a little organic, right? It's mono. All right, so here's what I think. I think that if you're going for something really organic and nice and this and that, I'm not sure if this was a loop or you just played it perfect every time, but the way it cut into each other, it may have felt like a little bit. I'd say that like you should probably, because you've got measures over here, and you start again. Yeah, it sounds like a loop at this point, and what doesn't help making things sound like a loop is when it resolves on the same chord that it starts on. So you've got so you see, and that's what kind of makes it feel like it's a loop, because it's like you've gotten let's switch over to the paint view. There we go. It feels like you're starting. Oh my, is this going to behave badly on me today? Bad paint or whatever the hell I'm using right now. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. So now my mouse is gone. Control Alt Delete. There we go. All right. So what you've got is you've got this little a thing that you start with. That's your thing. So you're going with A, B, C, A, and then you're starting again on A. And by the way, this still sounds like the same A, you know? So it really just like feels like a loop. If you're gonna do something like that, at least make it like, instead of A1 over here and then A1 over here, try making this one into like A2 or something. And then you go into A1. And what I mean by A2 is, sure, you have the same chord, but have like a slight variation in it. So dung da dung da dung 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 da dung da dung 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 da dung da dung 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 da dung 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 da dung 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 dung. So this one, these are all going up, and then on this one it goes down. Dung da dung da dung dung. Then it goes back on dung da dung da dung dung. You can see what I mean. So there's that, right? That would probably help you make it sound a little bit more original. But on top of that, I would say that don't use it as a loop. Do like original recordings, like all the way through. And if you can't do that because playing on time and stuff is a little tricky, then you just want to go down to comping, mate. Honestly, which I'm sure you're familiar with, but go with the narrative. So instead of like copying and pasting this like that and pasting, fine, whatever, if I can't use my clipboard, at least be like A, 1, B, 1, C, 1, A. In fact, let's just call this A1 like that, and then you go into A2, B2. So basically you're basically starting again, you know what I mean? Like, you just keep recording it new. So that's that thing. That way it doesn't feel like it's a loop. It doesn't feel repetitive. It doesn't feel, yeah. Second, what I would say is what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so you have this really clean, snappy tone, dong, 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 it's like snapping through. I'm not sure how much you've teamed those transients. I think it sounds good, to be honest, but does that cabinet sound mono? Like, does that reverb and everything sound mono? Like, is it blended into everything? Because I don't hear the width. Because right now I hear like the reverbs and all that stuff as a way to blend the sound together, as a tail. Like all the notes, you're gluing all the notes together as opposed to keeping them dynamic. That's what I feel the reverb is doing. But if the reverb was a little bit out there, it's a little bit wider, somewhat separated, I think it might feel a little better, because you'll have this transients kick in. The reverb will be blended in not through gluing the transients together with reverb, but with the fact that the sound is being emitted in a space. Like if the space is the same, that's a way to glue stuff together. So you have that. Second, you've got a double tracking thing over here. It's the same thing. And then it's just the same thing. It's a loop, and it's so obvious that it's a loop. and then you have that same loop just duplicated and just widened. I mean, I know you've probably double tracked this, and you know what I mean by double tracking, folks, is when you record a guitar, but then you record it again, right? And then you put it on the left and right. There's a difference between double tracking and doing like a stereo delay where you have like, you know, the friggin' guitar just like slightly delayed in the right ear. Well, if it is delayed or whatever, then it's done really well. I mean, the widening or whatever. But I would say it sounds really similar on both ears, which could be fine, but it sounds really wide as well. Definitely, and if you're gonna have percussive elements on the sides, remember, guys, like the pan law exists for a bloody reason, right? So how about we take a look at that? So when we have, you know, things like when you pan something, you know, you remember that, you guys know that pan knob in FL Studio? It looks a little bit like this, and it's like, you know, I don't know what it looks like, but it has this little green line. On Ableton, it looks like this, or some weird, like, you know, digital camel toe chisels. Or on, like, whatever, you guys know what a pan is. Now, when you pan something all the way to the right, there is a increase, like, of 3 dB, you know? So we have pan law for that. And the reason why is because what panning does is basically if you have a signal in your left ear and your right ear, panning just removes the left signal and increases the right signal when you pan something to the right, right? So that's basically how it kind of works. But I'll also say one more thing, that transients are gonna feel really sharp if they're coming from the far right and the far left. Sounds coming from your sides. Guys, if you're walking down the street, hello, my name is Hyde. I'm walking down the street and I'm feeling pretty okay, and you see a guy in front of you going, rah! You know, it's, or like, you know, firing a gun. You'll be like, oh, okay, I see this dude over here. But the second that you're gonna have, like, you know, someone firing a freaking firearm from like your right side, you're gonna be like, oh, shizzles, you know? Yeah, sure, it's because you can't see them, but it's awesome because our ears, they're very perceptible to sounds around us, especially behind us, you know? Like if something's coming from behind, it sounds loud, like you perceive it to be louder. So transient details, gunshots, all these things coming from the immediate right. Yeah, so if you're gonna have that, then just be a little careful of that stuff. This song, you have like, I'll play it back again. You'll feel that it's like dong da dong dong, like the transients coming back in. Right there. It's so distinct. So my point is, you're gonna have a lot of sharpness coming like that. Like, wow, my ears. Like coming from the right hand side. So you don't need it like that. Just listen to the perceived loudness. You can just kind of tame that down a little bit. You know, just like lower it. And, you know, also fix your reverbs. And yeah, there we go. I guess that's number one, right? So yeah. I hope this feedback was good. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah. Let's take a peek. What's I would say if you're gonna do something like that where you need it widened, at least like duck those low, like the highs a little bit, because that's where the tick 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 the transients are. Listen, when we hear loudness, there's this thing called the BS 1770 standard. It's the it's for the loudness, how loudness in LUFS is measured. And what I can do for you is quickly open that up. I'm not gonna like show you the whole thing. Even I find it a little bit weird talking about this, because it's you know, there we go. Let me just clean this stuff up. There we go. All right. So is this documentation here? Don't worry, this is not gonna be complicated. So you see this filter here? Before your LUFS and loudness and all that stuff is measured, that sound goes in through a filter like this, which increases the high frequencies by like 4 decibels. And then when you have like a, and then the next thing goes through is this RLB filter, revised low B weighted something. Um, this top one's a K weighted filter. So overall, what your sound is going to be going through is a filter which is a little bit like this, like that, and then it will measure the loudness. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I just want you to know that high frequencies, they're going to be a lot more sharp in our ears. It's not just like subjectively, but the International Telecommunications Union, which I think is the what do you call it, United Nations, I think. Even they know, and they're turning subjective into objective, so they know like this is the stuff. So yeah, guys, if you're gonna have like sharp chisels on the wide end, know that is gonna, like, on the high end, on the wide end, just know it's gonna be piercing a little bit. We're gonna feel it. So, when you're doing contrasts and stuff, keep an eye out. All right, folks. We're going to be doing another one. Let's go. We got another cue skip, folks. Look at that. This is lovely. This is lovely. Thank you guys so much. Guys, remember, if you want to submit a track, just do !submit. And like it says it up here, it will tell you how to do it. And I would also say that feel encouraged to cue skip. That stuff really helps out the stream. And yeah, that's good stuff. We'll take a look at Kyle now. I don't have my assistant here with me today, so please mind me. I'm gonna have to do all of these little technical detail stuffs myself today. Like, clicking on this and that and down. Well, the stream is lagging. Am I in what way? Is it cutting off for you folks? What's going on? Am I being? Oh, yes, Hyde. I guess you'd want to also improve your Yeah. Okay, so it's not me. I'm glad. Okay. Okay. You know what? I can make this song quite valuable. Let me show you how to increase the value of this one. All right. So obviously you can sell this on things like BeatStars and whatever, and wherever you want to sell your tracks. I mean, I wouldn't recommend BeatStars if you're trying to make songs with like people. I would say always do collaborations. But if you want to make some like cash out of this, something that you could easily do. This is just some feedback. If I open up Paint View, so let's get this track over here, and minimize this paint because it's useless. Now, what you want to do, my brother, is get these, like, you can like easily fit like like a bunch of these on there. These, because these are bricks. I don't know how much they're going for nowadays. But if you just like stick these stickers on it, you could probably make a fortune. I think kids are into this these days, So yeah, here you go. Yeah, go ahead, sell those. You have a good time. Okay, but for real, let's see. Let's go back into I love you. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at your track for real. Loving the paint notes. I'm glad you're enjoying the paint notes. I thought that's something that could make our streams like stand out a little bit differently. Use a vinyl filter which increases noise. All right, let's take a look at this one. If it sounds like it's crackling, it is. absolutely gorgeous, dude. Nice. Aw. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That's real pretty, homie. Oh my god. Absolutely gorgeous. That's a beautiful track. That's a really beautiful track. It's heavy, it's got all that energy, and quite frankly, wow. You know, I'm gonna start with something really simple. Okay, first of all, I love that drop. This one over here with the. It's like so much energy, so much energy. But what I will say is, over here, if you want to be like some of your favorite artists, which I'm guessing, I don't know who your favorite artists are, but based on the type of music this is, and I'm assuming that, yeah, I think something that would be really good is if you were able to like have silences. I mean, I know that probably means nothing right now, so what I'll do is I'll open up Ableton. Could you just quickly drop me what BPM your track is, so that I don't have to do it myself? Um, let's And by the way, when I say silences, you want to do this in the arrangement. You want to do this with what you call it? You sent me a 32-bit float. That's not really necessary. It's just gonna make file sizes big, especially when you're not clipping. It doesn't really matter. Um, all right, so we'll come over that once the silence thing. Once you tell me the BPM. The piano velocities are really pretty. Like, honestly, they're really pretty. You've done a great job at that. And a lot of people will tell you, like, when you have pianos, make sure you put velocities in them. Something that a lot of people don't really talk about. And it's not because, they're missing out or they're doing anything wrong or they're bad at giving feedback. It's because, people tend to forget pianos have velocity and how hard you hit them affects the tonality of it and the timbre. But you nailed that. You got the velocities down and everything. But what people won't tell you about, because people hardly get to this step, is that pianos also have sustain pedals. See, take a look if there's like, sustain, on your, like on that patch that you're using, because you're having to have the notes be pressed like exactly like this. And that's not exactly natural, right? Like if I switch over to Chrome, this view over here, like the way you're having to do your pianos is a little bit more like um, this. I mean, ignore the subdivisions, but instead of it being like little taps like this of sustained moments, you have like dang, 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 and you're doing these velocity things. What if it was just like naturally length, in the way that you pressed them, you know, but with the sustained note held down, you're gonna have a great time. Um, so yeah, I think that will give you more organicness in your piano. Guys, it helps to be able to play the instrument that you guys want to do. But if you don't, then you learn and you pick it up, and that these little tricks along the way as a producer, and I think that's also pretty spicy if you ask me. Um, Now I don't know how this is gonna work out. Um, I don't know if this is 100 BPM. But I'm gonna line it up to this little kick over here. Um, there we go. It's sort of 100, huh? Okay, I see. So I'm gonna have to do the heavy lifting here, huh? No problem. I'm assuming it's like 102 maybe. So yeah, let's just do that, I guess. All right, but you have this little drop here, which oh, that killed my ears. Oh, whoopsie. But like, what if we had like a little bit of silence? I'm not saying do this with just cut the audio like that at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you can remove some elements and allow there to be nothingness in those areas. And if you allow like if there's like a little bit of reverb and stuff like that, like kind of hanging there, then it's kind of still keep the track pretty glued. But yeah, try experimenting. Like, you don't even have to do it all the way, huh? You know what I mean? You can also just do something like, even if you had like a situation where you're like reducing this a bit, like I don't want to do this with every single one, but let's give it a shot. Just like for 2 of them, I guess, because I don't want to spend too much time on this live thing on this Ableton. But even if you have like some transients, like it feels, yeah, you know what I mean. So we can move on from this little topic. So yeah, I think you can have a lot of fun with silences or like silences in those areas. So yeah, and in regards to the low mids, I think you could have a lot of fun. Now this is going to be really tricky, and trust me, I know how annoying this is to learn and get through. Is this low mids? You have like a bass over here, which conventionally speaking has like a lot of low mids. Like let's turn this down again. My ears, I'm dying. But like some of those low mids could still be there. I think that it's a monster. That sounds a monster. It's scary monster. I'm sure a lot of you know what that means. So like I don't know if this will even help if I was to actually just increase the low mids here just for that section. I doubt it will do anything, but why not hear like a rough idea? I'm not talking low mids everywhere. I'm talking about just for that little monster. I mean, the whole track could serve a little bit with a little bit of low mids, give it that warmth, It's butterflies, All right, so I guess that's this one. Thank you so much for submitting, and thank you so much for doing a Q skip. That feels good. Feels good. And yeah, let's take a look at the next track, folks. What do we have next? Oh, you wanted me to take a look at the mix and master? Yeah, I would say just, in terms of just the mix and master, have some of those low mids back, keep those transients and stuff. Um, and otherwise, remember, if you're going to do a master, you also want to keep like 1 decibel true peak space on the top. Like, look at this. This is a 32-bit float. On a master, you want to have at least it needs to be 24-bit. And first of all, it shouldn't be clipping like this, right? Like, you want it to be like this peak meter over here, like, should be at -1 decibels true peak. So you're using a true peak limiter, like Pro L2 or whatever. There's so many true peak limiters out there, but you want it to be hitting, yeah. Like, let's say if I get a L2, Pro L2, let's put this over here. Out -1. So yeah. Yeah, you want it to be like that, basically. Make sure that's the case when you're doing your masters. And one thing that I want to say, but you did like do a Q skip, so I should just add one more thing as a little bit of advice. Something that I do is you get your LUFS meter. I use WLM. It's by Waves. It's not bad at all, actually. I quite like it. Put it after your Pro L2. And let's say, for example, your like you check the LUFS of your entire track. I'm just gonna loop this area, just pretend this is where the LUFS is. So your LUFS is at like -8, right? What I would do is I would get like a plugin that increases and decreases gain, and just do a little maths. I'm gonna go back to this view. You want to do a little bit of maths? So I got -8 from your track, and let's say you're doing it for Spotify or YouTube or anything, -14 is what you're looking for. Then you want to find the difference. I'd say it's -6. You'll be penalized by 6 decibels, so that it goes down to -14. And you can put it after your Pro L2, and you can just after your Pro L2. So after your Pro L2 or your limiting plugin, don't put anything at all, right? Don't put anything at all. The only stuff that's gonna be here is stuff that you're gonna deactivate before you export. But with this -7 thing over here, -6 over here, this is what your track will sound like. You can turn it off afterwards, but before you export, but that's what it will sound like. It's a good way to test what your track will be when it's going through the platforms, because you can hear certain frequencies and depth and all that stuff more when your track is extremely loud and is coming through like boom at -8. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you put this little thing at the end of your chain, I mean after everything, just to see what everyone else might hear. It's a really rough way to check, but it does help, because people aren't going to have as loud equipment as you and preamps and stuff like that. So, all right, let's take a look at the next one. I think I've been going on really long for the the reviews so far, but I think that's okay. I mean, these were like Q skips. So let's go for the next ones. Again, thank you so much for submitting, and yeah, not to sound like a okay. Let's take a look at what else we have. It's the 9th of February, so I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do. Chew is insane. Because they were like reacting and everything positively in the announcement channel, and they were the first person to submit today. After this, I'll take a look at another one. So let's take a look at what Chew has. Welcome Indie Horror Talk. How are you feeling? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, if you really like that song that Vox D submitted, you should check out his channel. This is it. I'll send it in the thing. He's got good stuff there, you know, like if you're into production and stuff, you know. Um, Definitely worth it. Okay. Let's take a look at you. Hi, Herb Derbs. Okay, and yeah, again, we have like a lot of maximizing here, but there's still a lot of transients and a lot of percussiveness. We'll take a look at that. Indie Horror Talk, welcome again, and it looks like you do horror stuff, so that's exciting. I love horror. Let's go with Tunes. This is her track called Neptunes. Is it her? Am I saying the pronouns right? Please let me know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. This is Choose Link. Oh, that's spicy. I like this beat. Cheers. Early 2000s inspired beat. Doing too much during the choruses. Okay, let's see. For that section, maybe. Sweet. Oh my god, that was groovy. I actually really like that one. That was really pretty, really pretty. In terms of your question, which was, I only need feedback if there's too much during the chorus. I have some recording over this. All right, I'll quickly just leave it at that. You saw the reason I was singing along to that is because I wanted to see as a songwriter, is it going to be a pain in the ass to put my vocals on, or like is it something that is going to be hard to follow because there's too much going on. I started going a little bit quiet in this section, but the chorus seemed pretty great. I think it was really enticing a melody from the vocalist. You're really forcing a line out of them, which is a good thing. You know, we like them things, yo. It's good. It's good. Over here, it might be a little bit, you know, taking up a lot of space in the mix. But if you can, you know, I think it's still great. You can still do a lot of great vocals on it. I'm talking about if there's going to be harmonies and like all that layering and all that stuff on there too. If you want to have all that layering and harmonies, then you probably have a little bit of trouble making space in this region. I think when the strings came in, but I think it wouldn't be too much trouble. I think you could easily do it based on like your expertise so far. No, I don't think that there's going to be an issue doing vocals on this. I think it's really groovy. I liked it too. I think that everyone pretty much does. Uh, yeah, good job, man. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I can imagine like some 2000s vocals on there. Yeah, no, you're not struggling, homie. You're doing a great job. Seriously. It's a really nice beat. I can imagine like there's like being a Justin Timberlake, Timbaland, and all those little other Tims out there dancing to these the Tims out there. You know, the thing is it's pretty litty. I love it. Good job. Okay, lo-fi study with me beats. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we should definitely study or something. Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Whoops, sorry. With a bit more groove, like it. Yeah, good work on the perks. Let's move on. I'm like, I'm kind of just babbling at this point, aren't I? All right. So there's these. Let's turn this green. So, oh yeah, Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, that she could do something on that. Then hit her up. She'll be like, all right. Let's get Born Again by Dylan Smith, yo. So Dylan and I actually had a call. I'm not sure if you Q-skip, but we had like a call last week, and we were just looking at like vocal production and things like that, like helping out with the chain and stuff. So let's hope something's cool. Let's hope something's come off this. All right. Guys, remember to do ! submit. If you do a Q-skip, your song will be played next. And in terms of how long the queue is, I actually don't know. There's a lot in there. And the trouble with me is I give detailed feedback, so that's why it was hard going through like every single one every single time. But if you do Q-skips, it will be worth it. Trust me, and it helps us. So yeah, let's see. Okay, Born Again, Dylan Smith. Let's go.
If you tried just a little more times, I would have made you a believer. Would have showed you what it's like every single night. In the car, top down, black shades on, and I just broke up with my man, like, One X in the passenger seat, cause I'm done. Never ever going back. Down, rude boy, get your foot up on my dash. Got all the receipts, I'm a businesswoman. A little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of how could you do that? A little bit of talking out your ass, a little bit of look at what you had, but could not hold.
Okay, here's the thing. Guys, don't send covers because it does like just silence the entire stream like it did last time as well. But okay, let's see. I'm gonna stop there in case like the entire stream just goes quiet again. But you friggin', oh my god, yeah. Is this a cover, by the way? Guys, make sure it's not a cover. If it's not a cover, I'll keep playing. But yeah. So yeah, okay, that is a massive difference. So based on last time, the vocals you listened to the feedback, and you actually applied like the vocal processing that I recommended, and like let's take a look. Actually, I want to show you what Dylan did last time versus what it sounds like this time. All right, like just because like it's worth it. It's
Flip a switch on a prick and a very sound bitch till you cross that line, like you come alive in the night time in the club sipping Hennessy.
Whereas over here,
in the car, top down, black shades on,
You know, it's so much cleaner. The dynamics are so tamed, but also luscious. You know, it's got that. Yeah, I think this is really good. The end of the song is what I wanted to show. Okay, let's go.
Baby, to be born again, baby, to be born again. You stay just another few nights. I could have made you pray to Jesus, would have showed you to the light. Every single night. To be born again, baby, to be born again.
Nice, yeah. It is a major difference. Such a huge difference. So yeah, honestly, like I would say that yeah, it helps to go with that chain I gave you. I would say that your vocals are a little panned to the right though in some way. I would say keep them centered. If you want to fill up that stereo space, use harmonies and like an ensemble or whatever, like going over there. I think you'd have a much easier time trying to fill those areas in. But yeah, I think you've done a good job with that. With that clean, it's like significantly cleaner vocal. Good job. Dude, I swear the stream's just gonna be gone because we shouldn't be doing covers. Please don't send covers. We wrote it in the thing, right? Like in the form. Okay, let's see. How much you like it? All right, so let's take a look. Who's the next one? Who's here? Dragon's here. CH is here. Let's see. Okay, I guess I don't know what your names are in this, so I'll play Dragon. Is Grogut here? Or did they I have no clue. Alright, let's take a look at Dragon, because I know. Drive, alright. And then we'll also I think that Dylan hasn't got a link yet, but that's okay. No problem. This is Dragon's link. I'm just gonna Christian Martinez, right? That's the one. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look. This is Christian Martinez. Whoa, bloody hell.
Locale chosen. Are you ready? Fight!
That was a way to end. Let's see. You wanted advice on production and mixing. I mean, if you go back to my previous VODs, you'll see so much, like, a lot of feedback on how to do mixing and like how to, I guess in this particular case, I've just got to say, if everything is loud, nothing is loud, So when you're pumping everything up, then everything goes down with it, you know? So I know that sounds a little like it doesn't make sense, but it does happen like that. So, you know, you make sure your kicks and all of that stuff are as punchy as you need them, because I know you've made those synths super loud. And I don't think you're even doing side chaining or anything to like get those synths to be pumping. Like, I'm not sure you're doing that. Maybe it's just being cranked through a master. I'm not sure, but I just want to say that yeah, those kicks are sounding like, you know, like you're standing really far away of somebody bouncing a basketball. So you're just hearing like the dunk, dunk, dunk. You're not hearing the, you know, like the subs and those low frequencies are non-existent. Remember that thing I talked about earlier on? This little baby over. Oh, ignore that. This little baby over here. Yeah. Low frequencies get rolled off for humans. So yeah. You won't hear them as much. So make sure you keep those subs and all that stuff clear. Over here, the subs are really is great. Kinda. And it disappears, doesn't it? Do you notice how the subs and the lows and everything disappeared as soon as this stuff happened? Yeah. All right, so we've only got so that's that one over here. We're gonna skim through some of these. All right, we're gonna do some from last week too. Yeah, we're gonna go over these really quick. Oh my god, there's so many that I've not gone through. But we'll do this. Since there's only the 3 of us in the stream right now, yeah, let's just really quickly go over it. So we can say we did. Let's go with paid. All right. I'm not sure if they're here, but let's go for it. No, they're not here. Is any one of you that submitted today that's still here? That way we can just do your ones now. All right. Tackleberry. All right, let's do you first. What was your name again on this thing? Sia Goger Empire. Toto. Oh, Toto. Bruv. Okay, let's do. Of course. No, let's do yours first. I think you told me at some point that you accidentally submitted one, so we can get rid of that one. Which was second submission, the right one. Yeah, that's we'll correct this one. And Toto's link is this one. This is his band lab, so go check him out, guys. We're gonna play his track real soon, and I don't know what the other one was, but it's fine. Let's play this. Ba 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 ba. Play that shit.
It's late at night and I'm caught in the zone. Your voice and melody carved in my phone. The miles between us cut deep to the bone, but I still see you in places unknown. I want you to come back home to me, home to me. Your love's a flame I know can't die. Even apart, you're my piece in the sky. I keep on chasing, no reason to lie. You're the answer every time I try. No, no. Every time I try. Oh no. This is killing me slow, but I won't fold. Feeling pressure inside, but I stay bold. Even when we're apart, you make me whole. You're the peace I need, the one I hold. So please come home, girl. Don't leave me alone, girl. Please come home, girl. Please come home,
Dude, that was so pretty. It made me want to freaking just like start studying, like, or just like start taking notes and revising some stuff. That was gorgeous. Um, I would say that I'm not sure which AT2020 you have, whether it's the, you know, the USB version. But my recommendation is that whenever you're doing your vocal chain, I'm not sure what you're putting it through, but you can keep it pretty simple. Right now, it sounds like there's a lot of, like tinny range. Not tinny, like it's lacking some low mids. It's kind of sounding radio-y, like around 1 kilohertz area. Yeah, you've got an XLR. I'm using an AT2035. They're not that different. I'd say they're pretty much the same thing. Yeah, you don't need to exactly worry about, trying to get rid of all the lows. When you're mixing your vocals, what you want to do is, like, let's say, for example, if I'm recording my voice and I'm just kind of like, don't you know that da 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 da. If I'm doing something like that and we have this, let me just turn this off. What I'll use is this Pro Q just because everyone's familiar with the UI. You have this vocal, if I'm recording my voice, and I'm just kind of like, don't you know that da 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 da. If you over EQ, don't you know that da da. You can sound like that. See this little fundamental you have here, buddy. You don't want to get rid of that fundamental. Don't you know that da. You want to keep that in there. So when you're doing your low cuts and stuff, make sure you're not affecting that nice low fundamental. That's your carrier. Everything else is your harmonics. And then there's timbre, but yeah, be careful of that. Don't you know that da 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 da. People tend to do weird stuff like this when they're EQing, and there's a reason. It's because they're trying to get those nice fundamentals in, they're trying to get those nice crisp highs in. But when you do something like this, don't you know that da 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 da, you're essentially basically, or even if you just leave it like that, you're essentially boosting all of these areas all together instead of having like a nice little crisp boost like in this region exactly where you wanted it. You see what I mean? So be careful how you cut your vocals and then start your vocal chain again. Yeah? I think you're going to have a much easier time with that. Just start it again. You don't need much. Just a simple cut followed by, a nice preamp. When EQing vocals, most people try to remove parts of the signal that are too nasally. Yeah. And, people will be like, oh yeah, the nasal isn't exactly 1 kilohertz. Ooh. Don't you know that da 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 da. No, the nasal is something that, it's everywhere. It's something that stacks up. I have this one client who has an entire region down here, entire region. So I have to be careful when she's singing low because, and I have to go through RX and make sure those areas and in time aren't being screwed around with. But it like comes through the mic and I have to make sure of that. Like this entire region, I'm not even kidding. I have to do like a 36 decibel per octave freaking cut like that all the way down even. Don't you know? But she sings up here, so that's why it kind of helps. So yeah, just use it's just technique, you know what I mean? When it comes to like, if it's nasally and this and that, just work on your technique. But if you're trying to, because remember, you always want to start before you're recording and all that stuff in the first place, you don't want to fix everything on post, whoever says that. There's like editors that get really mad with those directors who are new and they're like, oh crap, that take was really bad. We'll fix it on post. Oh no, the lighting was weird or broken. We'll fix it on, no, do it again. But that's for the nasal stuff. I'm talking about, if you're going to be doing your vocals, don't remove the fundamental. Just keep that there. You don't need much. Something as simple as like a fast acting compressor to remove the peaks and then a slow acting compressor to make those dynamics really musical, and then another one just for like adjusting how you want the dynamics to be a little bit more like at the end of VCA or something. Like you don't need all that. Like an optical goes really well second. Just play the stream back and you'll hopefully make an order, FET compressor in the beginning. Anyways, or like people use distressor as like a sort of clipper or whatever. But let's move on. This is getting technical. Welcome to the stream. Anyone else who's new here, it's a pleasure having you. And we're going to be taking a look at the next one. We're going to look at Sia, and then we're going to look at Gogut. Or let's take a look at Gogut first. All right. Let's take a peek at what they're doing. All right. So here it is, guys. Enjoy. Okay, we've got a loop over here, so I'm gonna make sure that we're not... Good night, Hyde. Thank you for coming. Sorry, I'm just gonna skim through the loop. That's just a loop. What's this though? Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go into this view here and play it and just do improvements to it as they come along, and note them down so you guys don't have to worry about like me talking over it too much. Here we go. Just simple EQing, folks. That's all it is. Alright, so we had this bit. It's the same motif again and again, and there's hardly much happening. I do appreciate that you did an arrangement. Like, don't get me wrong, I like that you've done arrangement. You can see it in the waveform. I would say that like you don't need big chunks of it. I'd say that all of this, I don't know how many measures that is, but homie, that is like 54 seconds and nothing's happened. So I would say if this is like 4 measures, sorry, not 4 measures. If this is like divided, I'd divide this by like like half, like cut out half of it, and over here have something happening in the arrangement that's different, like noticeably different, and then over here, oh wait, it's just the same thing, but just a little something added. Yeah, I would just say that like reduce the number of loops that are like just loops, you know, and on top of that the mix. I mean, it's cute. I like the motif. Da 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 da. Adorable. Try to, you know, switch it up a little bit by having more in the arrangement coming in and out. This does get really repetitive. You have some resonance in your low mids, but otherwise, good effort. Really good effort. I'm glad that you're doing this. And yeah. I mean, the good thing about streams like this is you can actually sit down and think to yourself like, okay, well, if I have this playing and I'm listening with everyone else, you know, as if they're listening, you know, am I gonna be able to keep their attention, you know? I mean, it's not just my attention, it's just anyone's. You can keep an eye on the stream count and like who's watching and stuff, and if nothing's happening, you can see like, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, this is the same thing. Okay, you know what I mean? So you can just keep an eye on it. I mean, I don't care too much about the thing, but like, you know, it's just something for your benefit. Like, don't make it too repetitive because like, you know, if I'm listening here as, you know, critical, but then other people might be listening as someone who's people that might be getting bored, you know? So yeah. I'm not saying even for here, I'm saying for all your songs in the future as well. Even if you're putting this on Spotify, YouTube, whatever, people might click on your link and it turns out it's the same thing for like 32 bars. They might not enjoy the vibes as much as you did and for those 32 bars, you know? But yeah, good job. I like the motif. I like the retroness of it. I'm the Goga Empire, Your Majesty. This sounds like a, you know, something that is within a theme or a convention of a video game or something, basically based on how it sounds and stuff. Good job. Good job. All right, let's take a look at the next track. And you saw me doing the tweaks and stuff in the EQing and all that stuff. You heard the difference in the tone and how much easier it was to listen when we got rid of those side resonances. So, yeah, let's take a peek. You can go back in the stream and take a look. Let's take a look at Sia. Yeah. Yardsack, you're next after this one. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. How you feeling? Okay. Sorry I'm buried behind this freaking player. Let's take a look at Antisocial by Sia. Let's hit it. Oh.
MDFX. It's some syrup, it can take you around the world. It is bread and made to tell me who and where. I tell Lindsay on my fashion and I got like every pair. This don't tell me about no peasants, I can tell my future clear. All I like to lose is it, and walk around with no losers here. I mean, say it's right, baby, can't settle down. I feel that hate gon' turn around. I'm not like nobody else, I'm knowing who they heard about. Yeah, I'm from the dirty, put some work and had to figure it out. Chris had the best minds on me. Inside the rush, I'ma pop me a beat. I never felt like what the fuck did you think? That bitch wanna bar by the rate Celine. I gotta tell him, show him, I do it again. I'm about to fill up, my cup with some purple and sip on Celine. Pissy the we got some motion. This in my room, but it feel like the ocean. Ain't gotta hit it, feel no emotion. Tell me like, why would I ever go ghosting? She want a bit of this, but this shit over. I'm on the center that's been in the oval. Sending emojis to give us some closure. I'm too antisocial, that's why my band went global. Turn a notch up on their head and turn myself into a motor. To run 100 yards open, put it all on the line, ain't joke. I'm from the bottom and not like Jordan. I put a 3-5 in the smoke. First let me start at the base. Get out your little mama basement. Still got a whole lot of cases. Sipping ice right up and faded. All money outdated, all money I'll take it, Crush bands I'm racing, know that I'll remake it, Take some bands and reshape it. Yeah, I tell you some syrup, it can take you around the world. It is bread and made to tell me who and where. I tell Lindsay on my fashion and I got like every pair. Please don't tell me about no peasants, I can tell my future clear. All I like to lose is it, and walk around with no losers here. I mean, say it's right, baby, can't settle down. I feel that hate gon' turn around.
Alright, dope. That was sick. You know, I'm actually pretty impressed at how loud that was. Um, I will say that the 808s and drums, like they were hard and I loved them. They kicked in a really loud track. They actually pulled through. So good job on that. The vocals were actually still pretty audible. I'm not sure, like, was it me or were the vocals feeling a little bit right weighted? Like they felt a bit more panned to the right. I'm not sure. You know, it really does depend where you're gonna get this played, but I would say that it was quite noisy. And I'm not saying noisy as in like, you know, oh, I'm getting old, oh, I'm dying, oh. I mean like noisy as in distorted, and it makes it a little bit difficult to hear what the other elements even are, you know? I'm sure those elements are really spicy and really cool, but they're drowned out in distortion and noise. Like, I mean, I was trying to think, like, what instruments are actually here?
All I like to do is just sit and walk around with no losers here. I'm in stage right, baby, can't settle down. I feel that hate gon' turn around. I'm not like nobody else, I'm no one who they heard about. Yeah, I'm from the dirty, put some work in, had to figure it out. Chris had the best minds on me. Inside the rush, I'ma pop me a beat.
I can't tell what instruments there are. That's how distorted it is. I'd say, yeah, maybe a little bit more than 2%. Definitely, you know, reduce some of that distortion, homie. It's gonna, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good. I like it. I like that everything's audible. I think you just overdid it. Like, you tried to go for loud, and you achieved loud, and you overdid it. But you still accomplished the loudness. I would say that, like, get the vocals, you know, to the center. You can see how, like, vocals are centered or not if you just, like, listen with your ears. Sometimes the dB meter doesn't show you like in the master either, because there might be some element in your left ear that's ducking, and you know, if you're shoving everything through a limiter, then and there's some heavy elements in the left ear, it could affect the perception of the pan of the vocal, which would sound like it's in the right ear because that stuff is being occupied in the left ear. So don't just shove things through limiters, folks. Don't just shove things through maximizers. Don't just shove things through limiters all the time, you know? And by shove, I mean like, you can put like a little bit, I guess, and that's all good. Like, you know, or like not to the extent that you might need it at. But if you're doing it without thinking, it might get this stuff. But I know there's some beautiful instruments in the back. We just need them. But yeah, that's Sia. I'm just gonna post this link over here. This is their channel if you want to listen to more of this. Do come back next week, and yeah. And guys, feel encouraged to click or like, you know, do Q skips. That would really help out. You know, every donation helps make these streams go good and shiz. You know, and I love giving feedback and helping out. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Anyways, here's E-Master still appreciated. Oh, ha. Super collard greens. Oh, okay. So this has got something to do with something cultural. Oh wait, no, I don't know who Super Collard Green is. Maybe that's just the name. The song name is still appreciated. All right, let's go.
We been shaking back. Prep my face for voodoo, wash my face with a white rag.
John Diamond make the beat and I'm gon' kill it.
Talk with the city, they act like they know me with no understanding. Fam don't see my vision, but my actions make them underhand me. I've been that one nigga handling business, but yeah, I'm still straining. I reached out to myself, I got a message, so I ain't abandoned. Yeah, I've been down, but now I'm shaking back. I got me, I take care of my brothers, I don't cut no slack. I prep my face with voodoo, wash my face with a white rag. Take you out the sky, get you out of body for playing with mine. Swear I was lost in my feelings, now handling business like out of my mind. Out of my mind, I was lost in time. And most come blunt, she like to drink white wine. Could've passed up on her, she too damn fine. See the light shine, I'm open the blinds. So much to live, I like open your eyes. At the round table with the boss. Walking through blood, he blew my GS. Fucking with my brothers, it's gonna cost. Drop a bag on you like a lease. I don't get no peace, no sleep. Put meds in my body, my pants so deep. Blue honey, she familiar faces that I see. Carrying blue strips up on the daily. She know I stay clean. Give a fuck if you hate it. Real niggas still creepy rolling. Mix it like Haitian. Yeah, I've been down, but now I'm shaking back. I got me, I take care of my brothers. I don't cut no slack. I print my face with voodoo, wash my face with a white red. Yeah, clutching on this blue flag. Bitch man says a Maserati, two-tag. From under the trenches, so big booty taking a mansion. Girl, you so beautiful, come here, I'ma do you right. Count up this cash, I clean my temper, hold your body tight. All this pain, them cold nights that I ain't sleep at night. Fam hate the fact I like to be alone, like I got shit to hide. Wanna come around me just for what I got, don't care about what's inside. I spent 20 racks just alone. My lady special, I give it a bone, yeah. Yeah, I've been down, but now I'm shaking back. I got me, I take care of my brothers. I don't cut no slack. I print my face with voodoo, wash my face with a white red.
All right, so we got that beat and track. I mean, it's pretty dope. I like the song. I like the beat. Yeah, it's a nice beat and track. I'd say that it definitely needs some some adjustments. I think I've written them down pretty well. I mean, I tell you what. I mean, why not just drag this into the program? I mean, look, I'm doing this on the master, so this is not all that I'm gonna be doing is for representation purposes. Like, oops, not this one. The beat is nice. Everything's as far as I can tell. I mean, if we want feedback on the beat, I think that we'd have to get rid of those piercing elements first, because like it is really loud. My ears. Because they're tack 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 tack.
Over the city, they act like they know me with no understanding. Fam don't see my vision, but my actions make them underhand me. I've been that one nigga handling business, but yeah, I'm still straight.
You know, it doesn't need a beat. It's a little more pleasant.
Fam don't see my vision, but my actions make them underhand me. I've been that one nigga handling business, but yeah, I'm still straight. I reached out to myself, I got a message, so I ain't been. Yeah, I've been
It's a little easier on the ears now.
I got me, I take care of my brothers, I don't cut no slack.
And I would also say take a look at compression on the vocals, because it's a little bit harder to hear him when he goes quiet, you know. But otherwise, I really like it. The track's nice. I mean, is there a way to what was that plugin called? Clarity Vox? I'm not sure. Maybe we can get a little bit cheeky and see what the hell if we can do this. Clarity Vox. Where's, I swear Waves has way too many plugins. And now they've reset something. All right.
Don't see my vision, but my actions make them underhand me. I've been that one.
Okay, I want to keep the
don't see my vision, but my actions.
What I want to do is I just want the instrumental. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this Clarity Vox, and I'm just gonna invert the polarity and see if it does something. There we go. Hey, that's a trick. Hey, that's a pretty good trick. If you want, you know what? That was actually pretty good. What I'm gonna do is, just gonna, if you guys gonna get anything from Waves, use this one here. Where is it, bro? Here we go. Please use this link. It's so that, like, you know, it's like, yeah, it's affiliated. Would do, give me a little kickback. But yeah, so okay, all those hi-hats disappear when we do this. Yeah, maybe it's not the best solution, but hey, I tell you what, yeah, just take a look at those high piercing areas. Let's take a look at the next track. And compression on the vocals, yeah. I can't really do much over here. I mean, what can I do? If I do this and this.
Any fam don't see my bitch and my ex just make them Miami. I've been that one nigga and it ain't busy, but yeah, I'm still straight. Reached out to
Yeah, I can't do it on this. If you send me an acapella, I could maybe do something to test it. All right, next track. Chrome view, paint view, beat view. Thank you for submitting, by the way. Appreciate it. Guys, please feel encouraged to make a donation by doing the exclamation mark submit. You get a Q skip. You know, those things go help big time. All right, let's take a look at paid hotspot. Or anyone else. I guess we could take a look at a lake. Let's take a look at Garbage Man. Let's do that one. We'll clean these up over time. All right, I bet. Talking about when I was saying play with silences. Holy shit, I want to take a look at something real quick. I'm not going to take too long on this. But towards the end, there was this section here. Like, look at the bloody difference between this little bit of noise and this is what I was trying to tell Vox Day earlier. Like, those silences hit so loud. Like, it's in a good way, obviously. I'm not saying, like, you know, don't. I'm saying it's amazing. And what if we completely removed it? I mean, what would that sound like? Just to check. I mean, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying let's check it out. Yeah, definitely use silences, guys. If you're gonna do, it doesn't have to be dead silence. Like, this sounded good. I'm only doing this to try something out, like, because I'm curious. Just a little curious, you know. Little Vichy's getting curious. Look at that. You and I want to learn. Believe it or not. That's actually pretty sick. I like it. This is a really good track. It's unique for me, at least. I think it's pretty cool. I think it would stand out. Very creative. Welcome back, Garbage Man. You know, good shit. Let's take a look. Who else? His name is Nautical, by the way. If you want to find him on platforms. He hasn't sent his link, so I can't exactly do anything. Let's take a look at a lake. This guy says mixing, mastering, and composition. All right, let's take a look at that. We're gonna go through things real quick now, okay? Because I think there's no one in the stream apart from like 3 people, including myself. So we can actually just go through these and be like, yeah, we did it, guys. Oh, this is interesting. What the hell? Okay. I guess, you know, let's see. Okay, there's a string. They're coming in. Where's the waveform? We go from one to another. Pow! 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 Okay. They want us to look at the mix and the composition. I should have put this through the LUFS meter. I can guess. Okay. That's pretty litty, bro. I dig it. It's pretty sick. All right, what I would say, if I was to give feedback on this, I mean, here's the thing, right? It's tricky to give feedback on this because I don't know what the use case of this is. If the use case is basically just like, oh yeah, maybe for like something like a film or like some visual content, such as like game to any visual content, like if it's for that, then sure, over here you could have quite a bit of dialogue, like visual dialogue, so this does open up scenes for that, like over here versus here. You have these different ranges where you have that space to make things happen on mise en scène, like so mise en scène or dialogue. They opened up a book, it's opened something up, and now they're taking a look at something. They imagine an idea, but it's a really slow moving narrative, so it really depends on what the visual medium is. Now over here, right, we got this thing over here with this massive like over here, all of this area, I would start to make that instrument a little bit more dynamic. So it's like let's get this over here. Where is that? Oopsie. Like kind of make like have a bit more expression in certain areas. You've got like midis placed down right now. It feels, I mean, obviously they're midis, but I would say definitely have a bit more dynamics through velocity and through not just velocity, but expression control. If your library has expression control, that's pretty sick. If not, then you probably want to, just do it with volume automation. And if you do volume automation and your reverbs come are part of the plugin, try to use a reverb after the volume automations. That way it stays in the same space. I hope that helps. So there's that. Now over here, I would also say in regards to the mix, I'd do a mild dip. On the sides over there. Just because there's those rumblings. I don't mind the rumblings in the lower region, but this area would feel nice if it was just a little bit opened up, just like fresher. If you're going for something contemporary, like then you'd probably want to do You can add a little bit of tone by reducing 1 kilohertz. Decide your tone like that, good to taste. Harsh, less harsh. You can find different frequency bands for like, you want it to be warmer, you want it to be harsher, you want it to be a little bit more... I wouldn't do that, I'd maybe keep it a little bit lower. You know what? For this region, I'd probably do a really, mild low mids over here. Yeah, there you go. You see over here, you have the stuff going on the sides. But then with this, little sides dip, those wows aren't happening anymore. It's like maybe 3 decibels. I think it's pretty nice. I could work on this for a while. I love stuff like this. Pretty sick. Oh, wait, you couldn't even see the EQ I was doing. Bruh, one sec. All right, let's open that up again. So this region here, this 1 kilohertz region is just there, like really nice for like tone, harsh, less harsh. Then you have these like side frequencies in the low mids. This is like completely modern mids, but we don't want that. Just a little bit, like maybe 2.5 to 3 decibels. Because it removes that like the things on the side. It goes away when you have that. This is just like if you want to have some more bass and all that stuff. Let's go to the next track. But yeah, thank you for your submission. Was this a lake? Yes, it was, sir. Thank you for the submission. Let's take a look at Pandemonium. Okay, since there's only like a little bit of time left on the stream, let's run through these real quick. We're going to try getting 4 done in the next 15 minutes. All right, that's the goal. When it hits 10 past, we're going to try to make sure there's a done. So we're going to do the people that submitted last week. Actually, you know what? Let's start from the top. Let's do paid. Stars, okay. All right. Here's paid stars.
Strange new addictions pick up on the phone. Change my opinions. Strange new addictions pick up on the phone. Change my opinions and change my life.
Okay. The kick.
Strange new addictions pick up on the phone. Change my opinions and change my life.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you've made so much space for the kicks. At least pick a good one, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it even feels a little bit off pitch. I'd say like, find like a nice, boom, like something that hits in the chest. Something that you're not like forced to listen to, but also feel, something that's not like tok, tok, like a knocking sound. But something like this is where we can really tell in this section that the kick is a little bit, yeah, it's disconnected from the track, which can be great, but it's like a little high. I'm not sure if there's like a lot of subs there. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm listening on the wrong headphones for this. But yeah, you had fun with the sample. That's pretty cool, man. All right. You know what I'm thinking? I wasn't feeling well today when I started the stream, so I'll probably cut this one in about 2 minutes, and then but it does give me an idea that maybe next one or the time after that I can make an announcement saying, hey, we're gonna speed run through, like, have we missed your track? We're gonna speed run through all the ones that we haven't done yet, and maybe, yeah, like all in one stream, and that would be about how many tracks? Because I realized that my last feedback that I just gave was quite mean. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. There's 24 different tracks to go through that we haven't gone through yet. So, yeah, I think I should probably just cut the stream for today and then try to make a stream where we all just like, go through every single one in one go if we've missed them. Yeah. You probably noticed that the Q skip ones tend to get a lot more detailed feedback and a lot more attention for a reason, it makes us keep going. But yeah, I also like doing all of these other ones. It's just that I try to do the ones from the day. So yeah, someone remind me on DMs like, hey, like on Saturday saying, hey, the stream on Sunday? We got to go through the songs you haven't been through yet. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much. I didn't get to finish my drawing. But thank you guys so much for joining today. Sorry my mood was not exactly the best. I've been really tired. I've been trying to work through some things. But yeah, I've got a lot of work laid out in front of me. I'm trying to make sure I get it all done and also just trying to stay alive. Yo, it's so cold lately. You guys know how it's like, the friggin' winter and February is like one of the worst months for it. But yeah, just dealing with some stuff. It's okay though, yeah. It is wait, Dragon, what was your hold on. Are you on the Discord by any chance? What was your username? Guys, feel encouraged to join the Discord. That's where we do the announcements and everything. Welcome, Kaiser. Oh my, if you submitted a track, we've probably gone through it. Good to see you. And one more for the road. All right. You submit by doing exclamation mark submit, and it gives you the form. Please feel encouraged to tip. This is my last one actually for tonight. So you know, let's do this, and then after that, it didn't work? You're kidding me. Bloody hell. Exclamation mark submit. Is there something wrong with Restream? There we go. Now you should be able to see it. If I get submissions in the next 5 minutes, I'll do both of them tonight. But if you don't see the what do you call it? The link, then this is the link here. Because apparently Discord's being broken. Not Discord, for once. I mean, not Discord. YouTube, I mean. Or whichever platform you're watching on. Next 3 minutes. I'll take submissions. Oh. All right. But yeah, pretty much wrapping up. J-Bird just wrapping up. On where to? What do you mean? Just use the form. Wait, are you guys? Yeah, you are getting it. Okay. I think Restream is acting up today. I'm not sure why. Is everything okay? Because All right, let's take a look. All right, we got one song submitted. Overall thoughts is fine. All right. J-Bird submitted. Kaiser. Yeah, comment a bit earlier in the beginning. You know, yeah. And also, because the thing is, the feedback that I provide isn't... I don't think people understand that when I do these streams, the feedback I provide, yes, I might be using one person's song, but the feedback applies cross songs. So I guess I should just like do something a bit, just like give a bit more ambiguity, because I don't think that people care for learning about like these details anymore. All right, so that's why everyone just like, you know, a lot of people like to just leave it till the end. All right, so let's just listen to this, and we're gonna have a good time. I'm excited. This is EOTL Master. I can see that you have that 1 decibel true peak space over there. That's dope. Yeah.
I wait for this moment to materialize. I can't keep hearing all these cold-hearted lies. When push comes to shove, I'm just buying time. Something must be done at the end of the line.
I'm just gonna have to put this over here while we.
I'm free from the torment I've been trying to hide. From the moment that I met you, I've been living a lie. Looking from the darkness, I've been blazing the lines. Your sickness called addiction, and we live in denial. I cannot make it through the night. You know what's been on my mind. I'll wait for this day. I'll wait this time. I cannot make it through the night. You know what's been on my mind. I might not make it through the night. You know. I might not make it through the night. You know. I'll wait for this moment. Waiting for this moment. I'll wait for this moment to materialize. I can't keep hearing all these cold-hearted lies. When push comes to shove.
Oh, that's distorting, isn't it? Whoops, my bad, mate. Hold on.
Waiting for this moment. Waiting for this moment. I'll wait for this moment to materialize. I can't keep hearing all these cold-hearted lies. When push comes to shove, I'm just buying time. Something must be done at the end of the night. I'll wait for this moment to materialize. I can't
See how everything opens up.
cold-hearted lies. When push comes to shove, I'm just buying time. Something must be done. I'm waiting for this moment to materialize. I'm waiting for this moment to materialize. When push comes to shove, you're just buying time. Something must be done at the end of the
Okay, that's a pretty sick song. I like it. Good job, brother. Alright, well, listen, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of easy feedback, but this is really crucial for you to know, my homie. Listen, please, you're gonna like this, right? So, in regards to the song is friggin' sick. I love this type of music. But I just wanna tell you that guitars are not, for songs like this, they're not good instruments. Guitars are just trash. They're not nice, like electric distorted guitars. So, they're not. They just aren't. The instruments that you want for this are, yes, drums and things and whatever. But more importantly than anything is, yes, the guitars, but with the bass. Like, those guitars mean nothing without the bass. Like, you saw me like turning this on and off, right? Like this Pro Q, this equalizer. All I did was like do a boost in the low end. And you already saw how the guitars already started sounding like one. And that was so fucking sexy. Oh, friggin' sexy. Like, they all started coming together so much nicer, homie. So, we turned it on and off, and we saw that. So, I'm just telling you, guitars don't mean anything in rock music until you put a bass guitar in there and then make it sound like those guitars actually have subs in them. And it's like, you know? But if you do want guitars without bass and you do want them to mean something, then I guess in that note, I would say that, like, you have to have them isolated and they've got to be cabineted. Like, you got to include the entire cabinet. And you can't have other elements, like, drowning it out. But but if we're talking about a full freaking track, then the guitars aren't anything in these type of songs unless you add, like, this is why you're not getting that feeling, with those distorted guitars. No bass. And the minute we actually remove that bass even further, that's a weird guitar, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, for rock music, guitars need bass guitar. That's why people say that the bass guitar is the most underrated instrument in those rock bands. I think those guys say that. So, yeah. The bass carries the bass. The bass is the guitar in a way, like 50%, let's say like maybe 30, 40% of the sound that is the guitar is actually the bass guitar. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not like like, again, I don't make this type of music, so I'm not like the best, but like I haven't really heard this type of stuff a lot. But if I was to get like a guitar and I was to, let's say, do a little line or something and record myself, I'm just gonna, by the way, I'm doing this for you, Kaiser, so that you can figure out how to do the export thing while I procrastinate. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly record a guitar. Hi, welcome in Unnormal and DJ guys and valuable cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove this. Who the hell is that? Is that value? I've never had a spam account on here before. I've never done streams like that. What is this? Can I get rid of him? Do I just do that? Okay, there we go. I think that's gone. So I don't know if this guitar is even in tune, but let's give it a shot. All right, let's try to get that recorded down real quick. I don't know. I'm gonna probably have to go around doing it like this. All right. I can't hear the click track. My feelings be hurting right now. What am I gonna do? Oh, my pearls. Alright, so we got a guitar recording. I think I'm clipping into oblivion. Now, what I'm gonna do is, oh, this guitar is gonna fall, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's now, I'm just gonna plug in the bass, so I don't have to worry about that until later. I have a really crappy bass and guitar and everything, by the way. I'm not a guitar player. I don't even play guitar, to be honest. I just hold it to pick up chicks. But, here we go. So we have this little thing. You know what? I'm so lazy right now. I'm basically just gonna quantize this. Alright, there we go. We have these guitar parts here now. So let's pan these left and right. So we have this. Oh, this one has a little reverb. Let's turn that off, and let's turn this mono off as well. So we got this. Yeah, obviously that sounds like trash right now. It sounds like nothing. But the minute we add that freaking bass guitar in, like, all right, then you'll get tone. I'm only doing this so that all right, I hope this works out. You can send Spotify link in your submission. I will post it after we've listened to your track. Yeah. Oops, not enough of a count in. Whoopsie. Alright, now we have the bass guitar in there. You see how much of a difference that makes. The bass and this together is what you need. So we have... Obviously, if you have the closer the transient detail of the bass and the guitar, the more it's gonna sound like it's like one sound. So one thing I could do is actually do, because I'm not a guitar player again, right? So we can do like. Okay, that broke, but whatever. We don't need to fix that over there. So. But if we turn the bass off, it loses its substance. So yeah, there we go. The bass guitar is the substance of a regular distorted guitar. Easy. So yeah, now you know for your track. Let's see, what are the comments over here? The song was pretty sick. I really feel like our producers come from the 90s and seem to overlook bass a bit. 100%. The song was really sick. I agree. 5 gigabits exporting now. I sent 5 GBP. Oh. I am exporting now. Oh, I just got it. Awesome. I think I know that person. Yeah, the bass line carries the song. Amazing. Hi. Oh, never mind. Disregard. Can we submit any genre? You can submit any genre. We've been taking a look at like trap to orchestral symphonic stuff to weird ass things, yo. Actually, retro gaming things. I've been in the industry for many years. Trust me. Just send me whatever. I'm happy to look at whatever style and genre. We have fun with it. Go look back in the stream. We've been looking at everything. You know, I'm an old man. I'm getting really old. I'm not like 20 in my 20s. I'm like way older than that now. I look beautiful, thank you, but I'm way old. I've been in this industry for like 35 years. So, you know. Oh, how old am I? I'm 27. So, basically, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm just playing around. Nah, but, you know, I was born musical. Mama needed a C major section. When the doctor slapped my ass, I cried in C sharp minor. I was already so musical. Let's see. Let's see the submissions. What do we have next? DJ Goose. Got DJ Goose over here. Let's take a look. Thank you for the cue skip. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be taking a look at what you've done, homie. Funny, I was about to end the stream early. Well, not early, but just on a regular. What is this? What is this? We got Project 222 Remixer. Let's see what we have. Why is it so quiet? Because I turned it down, but... Oh, because it starts quiet. Okay. I'm such an idiot. Okay, let's hear this. All right, you guys ready?
If we get back to loving each other, can we get back to
Haha. Okay, that was gorgeous. That was so beautiful, homie. Oh my god. It did feel short because it was good. Like that's it's a good thing. Don't make it longer. I think it's really good. But it did feel short. Because it was, you know how time flies when you're having fun. It's one of those things. I got really immersed in that. That was really pretty. And thank you so much for the tip. And because of that, I think I'm going to give you a little bit more detail in your little feedback. We're going to have a little bit of fun with that, right? So let's take a look. We got phase width, right? You know that little bass that you have, that recess super wide over there? Let's come to that in a bit. Let's talk about sudden loudness. So you have like this really quiet section over here, which is at like negative 30 LUFS roughly, negative 29. If we go over to this part, you go all the way up to negative 16. Now, we have this thing called the, where is it? The BS 1770 standards. I think you guys already know about this. If you're trying to put this on like platforms and stuff, that will be really quiet in the beginning, like really quiet. Let me see if I can change the view. I'm not like telling you what to change. I'm just saying that like this is what's going to happen. So we have things over here, the GL and GR, right? So your track is gonna go through the K-weight filter, also the RLB filter, then we'll go to a mean square, which is like a 400 millisecond overlap of 75% each, but we'll talk about that later. But then it goes to this gate. What this means is that if the sound is below a certain threshold, it won't count it as the loudness. And the reason why they have that is for like, if there's like a long fade out, it won't count that towards the overall loudness of the track. So this little quiet bit is not going to contribute to your LUFS. It's probably just going to completely change as soon as we go into that area. So, as long as you're aware of that, it's okay. And because there's a range thing, and this document, I'll send that over really quickly. Just, pre it, read it, have a good time. It's really fun. It's a really easy to understand document. Like, and then there's this one over here you could take a look at as well. It's a recommendation for loudness, internet audio streaming, and on-demand distribution. And what this one does is go over what those standards are and why they work the way that they do. You don't have to make things negative 14 LUFS. I'm not saying that at all. But I would say, do make it louder even, like let's duck you down a little bit. But that this little bit will probably just not count towards the loudness. I'll have to check that, to be honest. I don't know what the range is, but there's a certain range that is basically looked at. In regards to the lyrics, they're not in the front and center, and that, like, let's go a little bit more like sweet with the feedback now in regards to what we could add musically and creatively. Lyrics aren't front and center, and that was very good, and that was a really good choice for the song. And I was talking about like, what would make it more emotional is if we found a way to make it more like a crowd chanting the lyrics. So I know that over here you're using a song probably, and you've got like a voice over here, and you've got the main voice as well. So you've got one which is a low one which is a. What I would say is, if you have reverbs of like crowd chanting the same thing, you could do it yourself if you have a mic. You don't even need a good one. You're gonna just remove some of those high ends as well, and just have them in the distance. You know, like da 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 da. Now, I'm doing this like this, but you can do it with like you know, just more voices, you know? The more voices the better. Let's do this over here. I think it was like that. There we go. And we can just like drag these, you know? It's not even a trip. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think it's gonna be like that. And yeah, you'll see that like, you know, there's gonna be well, the reason I'm doing this right now is just to show you that like you could do something like that, I guess, where you just have like an ensemble in the back. Where is that? There it is. It's a little off, but and you can take this high ones and just turn them down a little bit. And you can give it that and if you do loads of voices, I'm talking loads and loads of them, like I'm talking about like maybe 16 to 20 of them, you know, it would start losing its musicality and start sounding more a bit like, you know, I tell you what, there was this experiment that was done where they were checking the jars and how many pieces of candy there are in it, right? And people would come and just make a guess, like maybe 1,050, 1,500, 2,000, whatever. And the collective results of everyone averaged to like closer to the right answer than any one person individually had, you know? And if you sing out of key, even if you sing out of key, if you do loads of voices, that's why even in a massive stadium or a crowd of people who can barely sing, like they still cohesively sound as if they're in tune with the song, you know? So that's interesting. Get loads of voices down and you can get loads of interesting things. And you don't need to keep all the highs in there like so. Honestly, you can just dip some of those out or even just cut them. In the back like so, you know? Anyways, let's take a look at the next one. Thank you for submitting. Oh yeah, the phase thing. Here's the thing about phase. There's different types of width. If you have width, which is like... So you have width, which is stereo delay, which is stereo delay, where channel 1 and channel 2, one track is slightly delayed from the other one. So this is like completely right panned, left panned. This one comes first and this one comes after. Then you have reverb, which is a really nice way to increase width in something. We have a small room size, and you get micro differences between your left and right ears, and that gives you a perceived sense of width. Then you have another thing, which is what was the other one? Unison, which is when one thing is slightly higher pitched than the other one, on your left ear versus right ear, and that creates a sense of width. And you have this thing, I don't have space at the bottom. You have this thing called phase width, where it's, the difference, because as you can see, the correlation here is that the difference between your left and right channels is what makes wideness in the first place. There's no such thing as wideness unless you have a difference between your left and right. Now, phase width is obviously, you know exactly what that is. It's when you have an exact polarizing, thing like that, LR. The thing is, with something like this, low frequencies in phase width can feel really jarring, because you see over here I've written integral intensity difference, which is to do with your, like high frequencies. When the high frequencies are dimmer in one ear, like in this side, that means the sound is coming from this side because of the fact that it filtered through your skull before it got into your right ear. And that's your integral intensity difference. Integral time difference is when your left ear receives the sound a little bit before your right ear, and that's how you know the sound came from this side before, and it reached this first before it reached this ear. That's your time difference. Now, with phase difference, which is really awkward, is that I need to get background music when I'm talking. 1 second. Maybe I can just like because I understand that what's it called? Where is it? This stuff can be a little bit difficult to perceive when we're, when we don't have music. So I know it can get a bit tiring. There we go. I wonder if this is coming through. It is. Dope. So, going back to what we were talking about. So the slight difference between your left and right in terms of like how long it takes, if this takes 10 microseconds and this takes, 15 microseconds to get to your ear, the sound is coming slightly at different times. And that time difference tells you that the sound came from your left side. So that's what we're looking at when we're looking at something like stereo. And in regards to, the phase thing, integral time difference is used by your lower frequencies. So whenever we see something like our frequency spectrum, the higher region is using your intensity difference and your lower region is using your time difference. So when you have, or time difference can also mean phase difference, right? So when you have something like that, or when you have something like this, let's say, right, that little time, the low frequencies are so long in wavelength that our ears can actually tell them apart. So we can tell integral time difference, aka phase difference, right? Now, when you have something like this, where it's exact opposites, your ear is saying that, hey, this came first because there's this little phase difference, right? Well, then in the low frequencies here, they're different. So which came first, the left one or the right one? Yeah, that's the messed up part. Both of them came first. So it sounds like the sound is coming from both your left ear and your right ear at the same time, even though they're one sound. There's one sound one thing that made the sound, but it's coming from both left and right at the same time, and your ears are like constantly fighting, like rapidly, like that interoral psychoacoustic mechanism you have is constantly fighting to figure out, is that sound coming from the far right as possible or from the far left as possible? It can't tell. And that's why you get that discomfort when you're using phase width. You see what I mean? So what you want to do is you want to make sure if you're using this phase width, first of all, acknowledge that if you put this through a mono setup, this will cancel each other out, right? And when you are, but if you know, even though it's going to cancel out, you're probably not doing it entirely, because I can hear that when you played your track back in mono, you could still hear it, and that was wonderful, you know? So that's one thing that we know. But when it comes to the low frequencies, this is the most jarring phenomenon when it comes to audio and people and the way we perceive sound. I think that's incredible. And I think that you knowing this, not only can you have fun with it, but now you know with your low frequencies, don't have that phase difference. And if you do, maybe get a mid-side EQ and use a side EQ, just like slowly dip those areas out in that frequency range. You know, I'd say like maybe 100 to 500 hertz, maybe even 600, you know? So I guess that's it. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Let me know if I've been a little perplexing. I'm happy to go over things again and make it a little bit simpler. Let's take a look at what the next track is. Welcome to the stream. Let's take a look. Holy shoot, I should have had this music playing way earlier. Oh my, it's cooled me down a bit. So Luke Sims has sent another track. Sent a track. Let's take a look at what he sent. Just gonna download it now. We'll see. DJ Goose, did you need any more? Hold on, you know what? I can demonstrate this. Let's do this right now. What are we talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna open up Ableton. Where is it? Beat View, Paint, Ableton. All right, here it is. So we have your track. I'm just gonna drag it in, and you'll see that there's like that width, that ooh, all that stuff, right? It's okay. Let's take a look. Let's isolate that. That width. So let's side that. See how that's a little bit more pleasant? Because they're not testing those side frequencies as much. In those low mids.
Loving each other. Can we get better?
That's what other people might be hearing. That's what other people might be hearing, is that resonance. Where we turn that down.
To loving each other.
There you go. Isn't that so much easier to listen to? But yeah, thank you for your submission. All right, let's take a look at the next one, which is Crash Out. All right, Beat View. Here we go. This is Crash Out by Luke Simmons. And I'm gonna paste this link over here. Here you go, if you guys like it.
Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, yeah.
Take a peek, guys.
Crash out, crash out, crash out, yeah. Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. Take it from me, nobody will be any better. If you keep stacking the cards, they'll keep falling apart forever, yeah. If it all ended today, would you run away with me? Baby, I can set you free. No, would you love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out? Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out. I'm glad you can see you're no different from me, no better. I'll keep on raising the stakes, no matter the time or weather, yeah. If it all ended today, would you free? No. Would you love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out? Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out. Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out.
Oh God, you got
Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out. Baby, love me till till I'm crashing out, till I'm breaking down. Baby, won't you love me till I crash out? Got me tweaking now, no more speaking now. Baby, won't you love me till I crash out? If it all ended today, would you run away with me? Baby, I can set you free. No, would you love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out? Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out, crash out. Baby, love me till I crash out, crash out. Baby, love me till I crash
That is actually really catchy. I hate that it's catchy. I don't want it to be this catchy. This is actually pretty stuck in my head. It's like an earworm. Yeah. I mean, I would say the song is good. Like the song itself is really good. I would also argue that like yeah, go on the Spotify, listen to it. It's pretty sick. But I will also say like let me quickly get this thing going over here. There we go. I do like the fact that like it's catchy as hell. I don't know how else to. I will say that like see if you can add more vocals. See if there's like more vocal elements that you can add to it. If there are like, you know, more harmonies. You're doing vocals on this, don't be afraid to add more. You know? A lot of people when they do vocals, they think all you need is a lead and maybe another track at the bottom. But add like harmonies. And if you're gonna do a like harmony, you don't need to make that harmony be like just your left ear. Or like, you know, make just one harmony and then you put it on your left, duplicate it, make it a little bit to the right to do it on your right. No. Re-record it, double track, do loads of things like that. You can get a lot of good stuff. I'd say a way to make the song sound a little less cheap would be to adjust that retune speed on that bloody autotune. Autotune now just sounds cheap at this point, you know? So if you use it, be a little tasteful. Automate the autotune, you know? But yeah, that is Vichy's 2 cents. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at another track called Unnormal PNG. I've seen a lot of unnormal and PNGs. The internet is so twisted, I swear to God. You guys ever look at something and just be like, that's enough friggin' internet for today? Oh my God. Alright. So this artist over here is doing experimental breakcore. You're gonna be listening. This is their Spotify. So, without further ado, let's have a good time and let's take a listen. Alright. This is gonna be loud, folks, so I gotta get it! Okay, here we go. very distorted. Yeah, but I'm sure that's the point. To be honest, I can't even hear myself. I've reduced it by like negative 11 dB. Yeah, it's interesting. The atmosphere is interesting, you know. I won't deny that. I will say that like it is very clipped and distorted, which is fine, which is what you're going for. But the way you want to do that is by actually clipping and distorting things as opposed to just shoving it through something. So when you have everything loud, again, nothing is loud. When everything is loud, nothing is loud. You know, loudness is subjective. That's why like a lot of those drums and everything are drowned out as well. I mean, you still hear them, and I get it. But if you want it to be that style of drums, what I would say is have like a low pass filter and a high pass filter on those drums to make it like a, you know, like filtered, almost radio-y, but not really. That way it has a space in the mix. And is not like contributing to the mess, and the distortion is distorted but in a awesome distorted way, you know. Yeah, bandpass, but if you're gonna call it a bandpass, then it should be quite a few decibels per octave. Like I'm talking about you know, and forgive me because this is not gonna be a, you know, a really good one, but if you do a bandpass like this, yeah, sure, you can do that. I'm not saying do something sharp like this or something as wide as that either. I guess you could kind of do something like that. You know, something with a really a lot of decibels per octave. But I would just say that it's easier to, instead of doing this, to just be like, yo, what about if we did something like this? You know, there you just get the shape you want too. A little bit more closer, you know? Because bandpass, you're halving, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, you can do a bandpass if you're able to do that, but I know in Ableton's or any stock EQ that I know, even on FL stock EQ, like there's no bandpass filter, and when there is, it's not exactly. Wait, where is the bandpass in this? It's no, there's this thing, but this is not a bandpass. I mean, I guess if you wanted to turn this into a bandpass, you could, where it's like do it like that, and then you can Control G and you know, do another one of these, but then inverse the polarity. And look, this is stupid. Just get a low pass and a high pass, and just get a nice shape out of it. And then just like, you know, you have the drums being like. I mean, obviously your ones are much faster, so yeah, go for that. You know. Oops, sorry. Where is this? Here we go, and this. Yeah. I get you're going for something hard, like breakcore stuff, but you know, do take a look at key as well. It's important to be in key and knowing where, you know, where you're laying at. But otherwise, good job. You know, like you started off and you're experimenting with something. That's really cool. And you know, you're breaking conventions. So yeah, that's really cool too. All right, guys. I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, we can do one more because I see this one that has not been done, and it's like between so many finished ones. Pandemonium. Let's take a look at this as the last one for today, and we'll have and after that we'll get some rest. I haven't had a cigarette in like 3 hours, so this will be good for me. I need a break. Oh, what the frick? Have you done this?
Every city has been destroyed by the virus. Once bustling streets now lie desolate and lifeless. The contagion spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. As we witness...
Okay, I have a feeling this guy's not got the ears, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it in Ableton and we'll listen to it through there. And we'll work on it together. So
Every city has been destroyed by the virus. Once bustling streets...
now, is this frequency really necessary? Is this really necessary over here? Is that necessary? So let's turn that down. And instead of starting again, let's start from like...
Every city has been destroyed by the virus. Once bustling streets now lie desolate and lifeless. The contagion spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. As we witness the grim aftermath, we must confront the harsh reality that our world may never be the same again. We are the resistance. Every city has been destroyed by the virus. Once bustling streets now lie desolate and lifeless. The contagion spread like wildfire, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. As we witness the grim aftermath, we must confront the harsh reality that our world may never be the same again.
If you could get a different dialogue, that'd be great. You don't have to do like Centipede, like that one artist did. Night Party. Repeating the same story again.
Nothing can stop us. We are the resistance.
You could do with a little bit more highs up here, you know, in this area for this part. It's just for that little voice, like you have that really unnecessary tinniness, which is
Every city has been destroyed by the virus. Every city has been destroyed by the virus.
this area. It hurts. It hurts. So just like remove the just reduce it. I'm reducing about like 5 decibels on me. So just go into that track with the with that vocal in it, and just just adjust that, please. I beg you. No one should, even if they want it, they shouldn't get that. That hurts. I could, yeah. The rest of it, I just turned it off. I mean, I'm sure there's no kick here on purpose. Like, I'm assuming that's the, you know, yeah. Like, but otherwise, yeah, I guess that's all I could really say. Like, take a look at some of the highs over there. Take a look at some of the highs over here. I think that something that you can do, just for you, I will say this because it's the last one. Look at your reference tracks and listen to the different bands. What's happening? And you want to move this down until you hear another instrument come in. Then you want to like start skimming back again. And that way you can tell what is specifically this band catered for. Anyways, guys, that's 10 p.m. for me now. I'm gonna, probably get some friggin' food. I just woke up like 3 hours ago and then immediately got on stream. But we did it. We did it. Thank you so much for sticking around. Dragon, you've been amazing. Wait, did you say you were in the Discord? What was your username again? Do. We gotta do some roles for people who come into the stream. But yeah, I think you're my last viewer. I think everyone else is sleeping or gone. All right. Let's see. But yeah. Thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and, get some rest. Have a good time. It's friggin' freezing out there. Stay warm, stay hydrated. That's really important. Otherwise, you'll get headaches. And, be safe. Wear your socks if it's cold out there. And if it's, if you're in the southern hemisphere, screw you guys. I envy your weather. Your weather is awesome right now. Anyways, bye-bye. Peace. I look pretty today. Holy shit, and I just woke up.